Yeah. So before understanding today's session, so let's try to recollect it what we were understanding in the previous section, and then we'll continue with the today's objective. Yes, what was the topic which you are understanding, if you remember that? Yes, in the last section, we were starting about that string operations, right? String data type. The before we were talking that is integer. In that integer, bitwise operators and as well as arithmetic operators. Yeah, applying about it, yes, the float. Yeah, especially integer and the float related the activities we were discussing this in the previous section. But as we were understanding this overall, the data types is different data types. That is about Boolean. Boolean anyway, that is a true or false representation. But one more important thing that's which we have this is string data type. Yeah, total data types, integer, float, Boolean, string. But we have some other, we'll come back to that. That is a list, tuple, set, the dictionary. Those are all also some more. But before that, we were trying to understand that the basic data types, that is about integer, float, Boolean. Now we are in the continuation of string data type. Yeah, string, how do we define it is with a single quotation or double quotation? You can use it, but recommended is as a single quotation, as optimization of optimization of this the string point of view. Yes, so that is a single quotation is recommended. And yes, we were trying to using that defining the string, and as well as we are trying to print it with the length options. Yes, how do you get the length of the string? One of the function we are using that length function. Yeah, that was, and as well as we started understanding how do we get that index numbers. So suppose, yeah, so if you try to understand that index numbers, yes, we are passing that, yes, that's a string as we're talking that the sequence of the characters, right? Sequence of the characters. So how it is going to manage that internally? So that is in the format of list. Yes, that is in the format of the list. Sequence of the characters, yes, with the zero index number, first, second, like that we were trying to understand it. And if you'd like to get the particular position of the character, you can use it, the string that with the index number in the list representation, square brackets represents the list, right? Yeah, with the list, and you can pass the index number, then you will get it the particular position of the character of that string. Yeah, as we are understanding that, like left to right, which starts from the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and end of that's up to the string. And as well as we can use it that negative number also during or using that index number as an index number. But how that would be? Yeah, so negative number which starts from that right to left. Right to left. Suppose here, yeah, we are trying to use this notation and we were understanding all these examples also. Yes, if you see this like a total length of this string, 18 characters. And the first character we are trying to get it with the zero index number, that is a T. And the last character with the left to right, we were using that index number 17, that is getting the E. And as well as same E, we can get it in the right to left representation with the negative number. That means with the, yes, minus notation. We can use it, this notation as well as. So here minus 18 is nothing but starting from here, so to this character. But E, if would like to get it, what is the number here? Suppose I need to get the last character in the right to left. Then what is the index number I can use it that? Anyone? I need to get the last character of this string, that is E. But I would like to get it from the right to left. Then what is index number that I can use it in the list? Is it a 0? I see that some people say in the 0. 0 is nothing but that is going to give that like a first character, right? Left to right, first character. That is a T. But I need that E character from the left to from the right to left. So we can use it -1. So -1 that represents, yes, you see this, we got it, the last character. Yeah, so this is about indexing option, which you are understanding with the left to right or right to left. Are you clear up to this? Indexing options. Have practiced, or how many of you practiced? Good, good. I see there's some good responses, but only 3 or 4 members, huh? What about others? Okay. So anyway, that is about indexing. So using that's left to right or right to left. So how do we position the particular character in a string? So that is in that like of 0 to n-1, that is length -1. Or we can use it -1 to that is up to that this number of characters length. That is right to left. But next point, what do we have this is slicing concepts. Let me create one more the Python file. So what we are going to talk about that, the string slicing concept. Anyway, it is going to create that is .py file. Python, what is the Python file extension? .py, right? So what is the string slicing? Suppose I'm going to use it the same string. Okay, so this sentence, some string of that. So slicing concept is a substrings. How do you get it that? Yeah, you have this particular string. From that string, I need to get that substring. How to get the substring of a string? Yeah, so here also we can use it, the same index number mechanism, but with that index number, we can use it slicing option. Let me show that. Normally indexing, how we are using that? String of the particular position of the index number, 0. Right? This is normally we are going to get it particular character position. Yes, 0th index number character, we are trying to getting that. If I try to use it, I'm going to get it the T. But I need that this word. Or I need that entire string. How do I get it? Simple, I can print like this, right? Sentence, I can print it. So if I need that entire string to print it, yes, we can use it, the string variable. But I need that part of the string or substring. Suppose I need to print this string. How do I get it that? How do I get the substring of the string in the Python? That's we say that slicing. So what is about our requirement? I need to get that first 4 characters of this string. First 4 characters of the string. We know that first character which starts from 0 index number. But from 0 index number, how many characters do you want that? To get that about your this substring, how many characters that we need it? Yeah, normal index based 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, up to 3rd index I need it that. 3rd index. Index based, we are talking about the 3rd position, but I need that. Yeah, so how do we define this in the slicing is? Yeah, 3rd index is so suppose if I define that 3rd over here, so what's going to happen there is, yeah, what I'm representing 0th index number to 3rd index number. But what is the result we are going to get it? You see that we are getting there only 3 characters. That means now whatever 3 we have defined, is it inclusive or exclusive? Is it inclusive or exclusive? I need that 4 characters, but if I specify this index number 3, that means 4 position, but it is excluding that, right? Last character, it has been excluded. Yes, it is exclusive. So if I need that the 0 to 3 index number, that means the total 4 characters. So I need to specify that exclusive. So now you see this. Now I got it that this is string. So here are two positions. One is where do you want to start it? Starting position. Starting position is inclusive or exclusive? Is it including or is it excluding by the Python? So starting position is inclusive, but you are going to define the range of the characters. So how many number of characters from this starting position? Yes, I need that 4. 4 is nothing but actual index based, that is a 3. If I specify that the 3 is excluding that. That means it is going to consider that 0, 1, 2, only 2. Up to 2 index number it is taken that, but 3 is excluding that. So we need to do that exclusive. That means if we need that up to 3rd index number, then you need to mention 4. Suppose if you need that up to 5th index number, then you need to specify 6th number here. Are you clear about this? Inclusive and exclusive. So this will be included and this will be excluded. Okay, suppose I need that now. Sentence statement, substring. So can you give me that, the answer for it? What is the range of the character that we can use it? I mean, that is a slicing, how to use it that? One, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is starting position. But up to that, so that's number of characters, how many, from here onwards, how many characters that is required? So how many, yes, that's number of the characters that's required. So index number based. So here 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. But 17, if I specify that, is it inclusive or exclusive? If I specify the 17, that is, normally second position is 17. If I specify, that is inclusive, right? 17 is inclusive. You see that E, we didn't get that. So if I need to get that, the next character, I need to specify that exclusive position. Yes, now you got it, the sentence. So finally, if you try to understand that slicing concept, what is the format? So start index, which is inclusive one, and end index, where do you want to up to which characters that do you want to need it, plus 1. This is the formula, right? From which position that do you want that string, that is a start index, and which index up to that, which index number that do you want to get the characters, that is end index. But end index, if you just specify that is inclusive, but you need to have it exclusive. Exclusive, how to get it? Plus 1 adding to that, this end index. So this is the formula for that. Are you clear about this one? So how to get the substring? Suppose I need to get that A character. How do we give that? Can you give me that? I need to get that A from this string, substring. Zero to 9, no. So what is the like index number? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 position, that is index number 8. Okay, 8 character, I need to start it. But 8th index number, I need it. But as we are talking that end index 8 plus 1, right? So we got it, A character. So only this character I am expecting about it. 8th position itself, that is a starting index and end index both the same. But end index, how do we specify that? So we need to exclusive number, we need to define it. Suppose if I specify that 8:8, what's going to happen there? Then no characters. So we need to specify that just one character. Is it clear now? Like that, can you give me that slicing for that ease? How to get that ease? Sorry. Sorry, excuse me. Ease, how do you get it? So what is the index? I mean, what is the position of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 1. That is index number 5. Okay. I need that from here. This is the 5th one, 6th one. Okay, I need that up to 6. But 6, if I specify that, that is inclusive. That means we are not going to get it. So plus 1, we need to add it. So 6 plus 1, 7. We got the easy, right? Are you clear about this slicing? Substring, how do you get it that? So index based, a start index colon end index plus 1. Why do we need to use the plus 1 is? Normally Python is going to use it here, it is exclusive, but this is inclusive. So what are the number you are going to specify? That is inclusive here in the first index, but end index is, so that is going to use it and exclusive. That's why we need to add it +1. Yeah, if you need the substrings from the string, suppose you have that like IP addresses, or you have that like server names. From the server name, you need to get it some substring. How do you get it? Suppose you have that like a string like the web server of the production web server, but you need to get that environment from this string. How to get it? That the environment here, the environment is production. So how to get it from this string substring? So if you have this kind of the strings from the string, so if you like to get it the substring, so how do we use it? The substring option is you can use it to slicing concepts. The server names are like you have that the data you are reading from the Excel sheet, you have that like suppose name of the person, which is included with the surname, first name, last name, but you need to get that last name. How to get it from that name, last name? So those kind of the scenarios which will be helpful substance. Okay, fine. Next scenario is, can I use it in the reverse way also? We can use it in the reverse way also, right? That is the left to right or right to left. As we're talking that -1, you can use it. Or suppose if I say this -5, what's going to happen then? What is the meaning of that -5 here? So is it starting from the left to right or right to left? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is going to have it. Yes, the T is the position. But here we are saying that 7 characters. So from here, the 7 characters, but we don't have anything. Suppose if I say that's like a removing of this one, so what's going to give that? So from the T onwards, it is going to give the string. Yeah, 5th position onwards. But index number 7, if I specify that, do we have this index number 7 here? 7 in the sense of 6, right? But we don't have the 6 index number. But if I specify that up to 18, can I get it that? -5 is from here. Then we are requesting that up to 18 index number. Then what is the value we are going to get it? The same value. So from this position up to 17 index numbers, it is going to give that. Suppose if I specify that 16. So what is the value we are going to get it? Only 10. So that means, so -5, this is the starting index. -5 starting index is nothing but a T. From here, it is moving to that 16th index number. So this is already something 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th index number. So 15, 16. That's why it is going to give that the 10 up to that. Suppose if I decrease more, suppose if I specify the 10, do I get that any string? What it is going to return the now? Are you getting the points, everyone? Very, very important. Whenever you are going to work with this next, the operations like files reading, files writing the concepts point of view, these slicing concepts are the very, very helpful. Now, what it is going to return that? Is it empty or is it, what is the value we are going to get it that? Yeah, Raghav, okay. Yeah, we are asking that's -5. -5 is nothing but this is the position, right? This is the position. Okay. But what is up to which index number we are requesting that? 10. 10 is nothing but 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to here. But after the 10, I mean, so what are the index number we are requesting that? Is it available in this? Not available, right? So that's why it is going to give that empty string. You see that it is not printed any value here. So it should be greater than that index number, something like if I specify the 15. Yes, it is started here and 15 index number, that is up to 14 characters, it is trying to print it index number based. Are you clear about this one? So how do we use it, this slicing concept? So first one is start index. Where do you want to start it? And from there, which index number up to that do you want to continue? So that is the meaning of this slicing concept, the colon representation. Suppose if I specify that 0 and empty. So what we are going to get it? So it is going to start from the index number 0 and it is going to end up the string. We didn't specify that second position. Second position, if we don't specify that, then end of that string. So we got it from the 0th index number. Suppose if I specify that here, instead of the 0, something 2, what's going to happen then? What is that output we are going to get it? Can you give me that output? Where it is starting position? So what is the meaning of this one? So 2 is nothing but what is, 2 index number. 2 index number is nothing but third position, right? Third position is nothing but I. From I onwards, have we specified that end index? No, we didn't specify that any end index. End index, if we don't specify that, from I onwards, it is going to take it that the complete length of the string. Let me execute this statement. Yes. You see that. So is a sentence. But I need to remove that this from this string. How do I remove that this? And remaining string I need to print it. How do I get it that? So I need the starting position. This one. That means fifth position. Fifth position is nothing but index number 4. From index number 4. That means fifth character onwards I need it. Then you see that even I don't need that space also. Then mention that fifth index number. Then you don't see the space also. But from here, I need that only easy. Then how do I define that end index? Up to which index number we need to print it? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9. 9 plus 1, 10. So if I specify that the 10, then only I am getting that easy. Are you clear about this slicing? Let me define that, the one more small string. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, if I try to run this, what's going to happen that? What is the string? Are you going to get it? Can you give me the output of this? Or let me define in better understanding way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is also string, but in the numeric. Now, what is the value are you going to get it that? So fifth is nothing but, that means sixth position, right? Sixth position. Okay. Up to 10. Up to 10, what do we have? Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, if I try to execute this, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if I specify that something 2, what's going to happen here? End index is 2. What's going to happen that now? Yeah, we are asking that starting from sixth position, that means fifth index number, but we are asking this to end up to second index number. But second index number here only, right? You are starting from here and you are asking to print 2 characters. Is it matched? It is not matched. So we will get that empty string. Are you getting the points of this? Now, if I ask this 0 to 2, yeah, we are going to get it 1, 2. 0 is the next number. Yes, 1, 2. So as we are understanding that 2 minus 1, up to 1 index, it is going to print it 1, 2. And if I give that blank, then it is going to give that complete string of it from 0 starting and end up to that. If I say this, I need that first the 4 characters, then you can give that the 5, then you will get it. Yeah, 0th index number onwards, we have that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you getting the points on this? Now the point, next one more point. Are you clear about this? Just confirm that CLR in the chat window, everyone. Slicing. I would like to see that how many of you are okay with that. If you are good, so type that the CLR in the chat window. Okay, good. I see this more than 10, it's good. Now the next point is, so whenever I use it, this slicing, we want to get 4 numbers from the starting. How to define it? How to define it? Yeah, can you give me that answer now? First 4 characters, how to get it? If you would like to get it from this string, first 4 characters, how to get it thus? Can you give me that answer? Yeah, 0 to 4. 4 is nothing but index number. I mean, this is about excluding. That is up to 3. 3 index number. 3 index number is nothing but 4 positions, right? Now we'll get it the 4. So index wise, thinking about it, whatever you have given, -1. So that is a 4 minus 1. That is a 3. 3 index number. 3 index number is nothing but 3 plus 1. Position wise, that is a 4 positions. So there are the 4 positions. But index wise, that is up to 3. Yeah, good. So now let me move to that's one more here in this slicing itself. Actually, string format, we are talking that start index and end index, you can specify that. But by default, it is taking that, okay, index number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, increment by 1, the position, how it is doing that, the position, increment by 1, it is trying to print it. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, increment by 1, it is trying to print it. But now I need to print odd numbers from this string, odd numbers. How do I print it? Odd numbers is nothing but 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. How do I print it that? Can I print like this? Can I print from this string? That means one after another one. So now the increment 1 or increment 2. I need to start from the 0, but I need to go for increment by default 1, right? If I say this like this, it is doing that increment by 1. But if I would like to print it, odd numbers, increment by 2, right? How do I define that? In this slicing, how do I define that increment is? You can use it third position character. So third position by default, it is 1. 1 is nothing but that is increment by default. Now you see that it is incremented by 1. But if I specify the 2, now you see this, we got it like increment by 2, 1. Then it is incrementing by 2, that is 3. And we got it 5, 7, 9. Are you clear about that? But in the mid position, what do we have to find? Nothing. That means the end of the string. Suppose I need that even numbers. Then how do I change this one? This is about to get the odd numbers. But how to get that even numbers? Yeah, start from the index number 1. Then up to length of the string, print it by incrementing 2. Suppose if I run this one now we got it 2, 4, 6, 8. You see that magic of the strings. Substrings, you can get it with the slicing options. So you can increment that. By default, it is incrementing by 1. If I don't specify that any third position, by default, it is incrementing by 1. You see this, now the difference. This is by default incrementing by 1. But here we are incrementing, starting from that first 0th index number and go for increment by 2. But mid position, what it is going to say that? Suppose if I say that 5, what is the meaning of that? Okay, let me define one more example. This is all you can reuse it while practicing. Suppose if I specify the 5, what's going to happen that here? What is the meaning of the mid position? So actually we are saying the start index and then end index plus 1. Then what is the third position is? This is the increment, right? Total 3 positions we can define that in this slicing. Where do you want to start it? Where the string can be ended plus 1. And the third position is increment. By default, increment is 1. So what is the output you are going to get it here? I'm just going to comment remaining all the print statements. What you are going to get it here? 6, 9. No, it is saying the start index 0, right? Start index is 0. 0, what is that here? 1. And up to 5 index numbers, we are trying to print it. Here 5 is nothing but 4, right? Fourth index number up to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to this one, we are trying to print it. Okay. Then increment by 2. That means 1, 3, and 5. Yes, you see that? 1, 3, 5. This is starting position. This is end of the index number. And this is the increment. So total in this slicing, we can use the 3 arguments. What are those 3 arguments? Where do you want to start it? Where do you want to end that string? But this is inclusive and this is exclusive. Index number, whatever you are going to specify, that is -1 is going to take in that. And the third question is increment. So suppose if I specify 3 positions, what is the value I will get it? Okay, first is 0, 0th index number. Next, 3 positions. Only single, right? I am using the single quotation. But if I don't have this length or end index, then you can use it to double. Actually, these are 3 positions. Now, what is the value I will get it? Here, I am asking that 0th index number, that is 1, okay. Up to 5. 5 is nothing but, so this is up to 5. But increment by 3. So, 1, increment by 3, 4. So, we are going to get it 1 and 4. Because we have asked increment to 3. From here, 1, 2, 3. That is a 4. Or if I ask this 2 or 4, 1, 5. If I ask that the 5, then what is the value we will get? Only 1, right? Yes. Okay, so this is one of the important slicing concept. So 3 positions total. So this is the understanding. Start index. Suppose I don't have anything, then I can define, suppose the print. I don't have the starting index, end index. Then I can specify that colon, but increment by 2. Then what is the meaning of this one? So first one is empty. Empty is nothing but it is going to take it to 0. Second one is empty. Empty is nothing but what is the meaning of that? End of the string. Then here we are specifying that only third argument. What is the meaning of this one? Increment by 2. Now we got it 13579, right? 579, not 4. Are you clear? The meaning of these empty strings? Suppose if I specify that all are empty like this, then what is the meaning of that? So start from the 0 index and up to go for the ending and increment by 1. On the base of this, which values we have, start index, end index, and increment, you can specify the values. Is it clear now, everyone? So type that the clear in the slicing. Slicing clear. So first we are talking that index concepts. This is about indexing. Second one, we are talking about it, slicing. That is a substrings, how to get it. E4, 5. No, I didn't see that's good response. What about others? Yeah, what do you need to do? You need to explore more on these. See, if you have the clarity on this string, so index number 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, the positions, this is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is index numbers. Reverse index numbers. How do you define the reverse index numbers? This is, what is the position, this one? -1. This is -2. Let me take the time and let me define this. So this is -2. And what about this one? -3. We're getting the point about what about this one? -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Suppose, can I give that like here a minus representation? Suppose if I give that -3 or -4, so what's going to happen that here? What we are going to get it here? Can you give me that answer now? Yes, I got it, 2 answers. 3. Already I have given that -3. So this is about our string. This is index position. This is about reverse index. So this is index. This is the reverse index. Yes, 7, 8, 9. But in this 7, -3 I have just represented. And if I say that here, increment by 2, what is I'm going to get it? Can you give me that now answer? Where it is going to starting? So -3 index number, 7 it is the starting that. And we are asking the end of the length, end of the string. Okay, fine. And increment by 2. Then what we are going to get it? So why it is going to get it empty? I see that some people saying that empty. Why do we get it that empty here? So it is going to start from here, increment by 2. So we have this one more index number, right? 7, 9, we got it. So here we specify that up to end of the index. Suppose if I specify that end of the index number is 8, what's going to happen that? End of the index number 8, here 8 I specified that, but actually this is exclusive, right? 8 minus 1, 7. So here. So index number position is 7. End of the string I am asking that up to this one. But starting from -3. What's going to happen there? And increment by 2. So end of the string position is up to this. Because this is exclusive. 8 minus 1, that is 7. 7 position. I am asking that up to this string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the index position. And I'm asking that's -3 starting. That means reverse way. -3 is nothing but it has been started here. And I'm asking that increment by 2. Okay, so start here, but index number I specified that up to here only. So internal, it is going to mean that 7 and 8. That is a substring, it is going to take it. From that substring, it is going to increment by 2. 7 plus 2. No, we don't have anything. Then what is going to print it? Only 7 is going to printing. Are you clear now? So just if you remember this one in the mind, that is index numbers and reverse index numbers, under these 3 positions, then slicing can understand that. Otherwise, it is difficult. What is happening there? What is this like -3? Why I have specified? What is this 8? 8 is end of the string index number, but 8 minus 1, that is 7. So 7 index number, that means up to this. So it is going to manage it in the memory up to this. But we are asking starting from the -3 in the reverse way. Okay, starting from -3. -3 is nothing but here. Okay, then it is going to splitting into that 7 and 8 only. Okay, then we are asking that increment by 2. Okay, first to print this one, then increment to 2. Increment to 2 whenever it goes to that 9, but only in the memory 7 and 8. 9 is not there. Then it is going to print only 7. Yeah, so this is about slicing concept, the one of the important in the Python. Are you clear? Can I move to this next one? Yeah, next one more concept which we are going to look into the string methods. So we have this inbuilt the functions from the string, which we can reuse those methods. Like this is the string which is available. But if I would like to, some cases we need to convert into the upper cases or the lower cases, or we need to check it that is it a that like a number? Suppose this is if I just take this string. Okay, let me take this one also. This one I'll say that something text. Okay, one is which is having that like alphabets in the string, and this is also string, but here it is having that all the numbers. Okay, 2 strings I have taken that. Now, first we'll work with this string, some functions, and then I'll come back to the second string. Suppose if you'd like to convert to the upper cases to the lower or lower cases to upper cases, how do we use that? So how do you know that list of all the functions on the string is? Already I was talking that in the last section. If you just use the dot representation, you will get it. List of all the functions or the methods which are available. You see this like so many functions are available, and now I'm talking about it upper and lower. I'll come back some other functions later. Yes, if I use it upper, so what's going to happen? Now this sentence string is converting into that uppercase. Yes or no? Now if I try to execute this, what's going to happen that? Now if I try to execute this program, what's going to happen it? Are you printing anywhere? No, right? We are not printing. Let me try to run the print. Print of this sentence. Yeah. So now, so what is this sentence? What is it is going to print it? Is it uppercase or lowercase or what is that? So someone saying the total statement is going to become the caps or uppercase or normal. So what's going to happen that here? Yeah, if you try to run this, we got it normal string itself. Why? Why we got it normal? As it is a string, we got it here whenever we are printing, but we have converted into that uppercase. Why it is not taken that? It is just converted, but it is not stored in the memory, right? Yes. We didn't assign this one. So we are just converting. That means that statement is executed, but in the memory, still it is having that normal statement only. We are not assigned to that memory. Uppercase, we are converting. Converted one, we didn't assign before. Now we are assigning to this. That means now it is the right side statement will be executed. That output will be stored into this variable. And now this variable, if we try to print it, we will get it uppercase letters. Yes, now you see that. We got it that the converted output. Now that means now this sentence, whatever the string we have, that string in the memory, it is stored in the uppercase format. But before we didn't assign it, it was not saved in the memory. It is not saved into the memory. Yeah, so that is the main difference. Or suppose if you would like to print it directly, then you can use it here upper. Now I don't need that one more statement here. So I can print it directly in the print statement. Are you clear at this point? Or directly here itself you can apply that upper. So what is the meaning of that one? Whenever you are initializing itself, the statement you are converting into the upper letters and you are assigning to this. Now you can directly use that printing that variable. Is it clear about this point? Assignment is very, very important. But here, what is the function we are using that? Upper. Yes, the string is taken that and first this will be executed and this output will be assigned to left side the variable. Then you can reuse that variable in your statements. Like that you can convert into that like lower cases. So suppose, yeah, if you use it, instead of using here, I'm going to use it. The lower, what's going to happen that? So here one letter caps we have. Is sensitive in the sense? Obviously, it is going to convert all the letters, I mean, all the letters into caps. Yeah, so here you see this, I'm trying to convert into the lowercase. Even if it is there in that uppercase letter also, it is converting everything, all the letters into the lowercase, all the characters into the lowercase. Or if I say that upper, all the characters, whether doesn't matter that what are like strings we have that, whether uppercase or lowercase, everything which will be converted into that uppercase. So you are asking that string convert into that upper or lowercase. Suppose here I'm having that is caps. Then what's going to happen that whenever I ask the slower, I'm asking that convert that entire string, whether that is having internally, whether that is uppercase or lowercase, I'm asking converting everything into that lowercase. Suppose if you have those like something numeric values, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going to happen then? Whenever I ask this lowercase, 1, 2, 3, 4, there is no concept of that uppercase or lowercase, right? it is going to print as it is 1, 2, 3, 4. But remaining characters are going to convert into that. Even if it is uppercase or lowercase, that will be converted into lower. Or if I ask that's upper, that will be converted into upper. Yes, you see that here. Yeah, there are the two functions, that is uppercase or lowercase conversion. And one more, which we have this is, yeah, you can find it. So many functions here. So just use the dot and you can get it, all the functions. Suppose let me talk it one more function, the capitalize. So we are understanding uppercase, lowercase. Now let me talk the capitalize. So what is this capitalize? So if you use this function, normally sentence whenever we start it. So what is the like sentence representation is first character we converted into in the caps and the remaining all are in the small, right? Suppose here if I use it small letters. Okay, here I'm using that's all are. I mean, my statement has been started with small letters. But what is this capitalize? What it is going to do that is the first word of that sentence, the first word of that, the first letter is converted into capitalizing. No, each word is not going to capitalizing that. Only that string, first word, first letter. This is the first word. The first letter will be converted into capital. This is one more function that is a capitalizing the sentence. So uppercase, lowercase, capitalize. Next one is, suppose here most of that you see, they started with the ease. So if any function or method which starts with the ease is nothing but that is, we are verifying about it. So verification, which is going to return that either true or false. So for conversion, which we are trying to understand it, uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase or capitalize, there are some functions on the string. Now, next, if you observe that some more functions is alphanumeric, is digit, index number, or is alpha, is ASCII, is decimal, is lower, is numeric, is space. So if you see that the function which starts with is nothing but that is condition you are verifying that. Suppose if I specify that is digit, what I'm going to get it? Can you guess that answer for this? This is string. I'm verifying that is it a digit or not, right? Is a digit. Is it a digit? This string. What you are going to get it? True or false? Here Boolean values it is going to return that. True or false. So is it a true or false? So if I try to execute this, yes, you see that we got it the false value. This is not the digit. It is having that alphabets, right? But what about this one? Suppose if I apply that on this text, is it a digit or not? Yeah, text is it true? That is a digit. Yes, it is having all digits. So it is internally going to check it that each character ASCII value. ASCII value. So what is the ASCII value of that one? So if you refer that the Google ASCII characters, Just type that. If you go to the images, that would be better. Yeah, non-English characters, ASCII code, table of ASCII characters. Let me open this. So if you are using this any character in the strings, the backend, it is going to assign one digit number. One, like we can say integer number. So we have this decimal representation, hexadecimal representation, octal representation of the character. Suppose if you see that the small a, caps a, yeah, the caps a, what is like a decimal number is 65. But small a, what is like a decimal number which we have this is 97. That means character a represents internally, that is, so what is like a letter of the code which is defined is 97. 97 to that up to Z character 122. Like that caps A which has been started from the 65. Like the space characters or at the rate of characters or plus, minus. Yeah, on the keyboard, any key you are using is nothing but backend. It is assigned that one unique code for it. Even the string comparison, whenever you are going to do the comparisons, how it is going to work it. Suppose caps A is the bigger one or small a is the bigger one. Which one is the bigger one? Caps A is the bigger one or small a is the bigger one? Which one is the bigger one? I have given that ASCII characters here, and which one is the bigger one? Caps A or small a? Yeah, the small a is the bigger one. Small a, what is the value? 97. And caps A, what is the value? 65. Which one is the bigger? 97 is the bigger. So small a is the bigger. So whenever you are doing the string comparison, next we are going to talk about some functions on it. String comparisons are, yes, like a characters wise, if you're talking about it, don't think that caps A is a bigger than small a. No. So internal ASCII characters, it is going to use it. On the base of the ASCII characters, it is going to decide that the which one is the bigger in the string comparisons. Now, how it is going to testing that is it a digit or not is, so on the base of that internally, each character that will be converted into ASCII. So, okay, this, one ASCII number is, so that is on the base of this like ASCII characters, it is going to decide is it a digit or not. Suppose in this text, if I use it, something space. Now, is it a digit? Now, before all the characters, all the ASCII characters, now in this ASCII characters are belong to the digit, that's why it is written the true. But if I say that in this string, one of the character is empty, that space, then what is the value you are going to get it here? Is it a digit or not digit? Is it true or false? Yeah, if I run this, now you see this, we are getting the false value. Because one of the ASCII character is not belong to that digit one. That's why it is identified, okay, this is not the digit. But now it is going to check it each character related ASCII code. And if it is within that digits range, as we are understanding just now, digits, where are those? Yeah, so here you see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If the ASCII characters are range between that 48 to the 57, If it is got it for each character, then it is going to return the true. But we have specified that the space character, a space character is having the 32 value. 32 is not in this digits. I mean, that is not in this range. So it is going to return the false. Are you clear with that? How does internally the comparisons are working that? How it is going to identify that? Is it a digit or is it a the string or alphanumeric? So don't think about, the text over here. So the backend, it is going to use it ASCII characters. So if you use it, suppose here we have the combination. That's why it is written that false, obviously. False, good. But here, if I specify that one small space, then this ASCII character is something 28. Then that is not in the range of that digit numbers. Now this function is going to return that false. So if it is the 47 to 40 something, 46 to 57 or something, in that range, if it returns that all the ASCII characters, then that is a digit. Otherwise, it is not. See the beauty. Okay, let me apply that's one more suppose, let me go for that. Instead of digit, we have this one more function is all numeric. Okay. So what we are going to get it here? Here also, let me change it. All alpha numeric. All numeric is in the sense alpha, bits, and numeric. Here what we are going to get it, and here what we are going to get it. So is it a true true, or is it true false, or false false? What we are going to get it here? Can you give me that answer? I see that answers true false. True false. Everyone is saying the true false, true false. Why it is one false? And why it is one true? Okay, here the space. But here also we have the space, right? Here also space, right? So if you execute this, you see that both we got it the false. Because here we have the space. Space is not belong to that alphabets or numerics. Whenever you are saying that this is the false, obviously this is also false, right? The space. Space is not belong to that either alphabets or the numeric. Suppose instead of the space, if I use it A or some alphabet, then what is going to happen there? Now what is the value we are going to get it? What it is going to print that the sentence, and what is the, like a text? Yeah, now you see that the false and true. But if I add that space, that is out of that. Now we are getting the false. So space is not belong to that alphabets or numeric. If I remove the space here, then we will get the true here also, right? Are you clear about this? ASCII characters backend representation. Yeah, good. Good to see that's all the responses. So now let's do that. I need to find that the character, that is string has been available or not. That means substring I need to find it. Suppose what is like one more function which we have this is okay. Let me comment this for about your reference. I'll share these Python script files which you can refer that. Now next one more function, one more method which we're going to use it is that is starts with is the function which is available. Suppose what this starts with. Suppose my string has been started with this. So is it true or false? I need to check it. My string has been started with this string or not. So now is it true or false? Yeah, that is a true. Yes, the string started with this string. Or if I say the something is, then what is the value we are going to get it? That is a false. Yes, a string is not started with this is, right? Yeah, that is about starts with. And one more point here in this start with is, you can define the particular index number also. Suppose is has been started here, right? But what is that index number? Where it has been started? Yeah, that is a 5. If I say that, normally what is the index number it is going to use it? Starts with, by default, it is going to use the index number. What is the index number it is using? 0, right? By default, it is using 0. Yeah, it is checking here, 0th index number. But if I specify that, 5th index number. Starts with the 5th index number. So what's going to happen? Yeah, let me use it small letters. Now you see this, but from the 5th position, yes, I am asking that use this index number 5th, and is it started that is or not? Yes, from the 5th position, this string is started. Yes, that is correct. It is returning the true now. But 0, suppose if I don't specify anything, by default, it is going to use it 0th index number. But 0th index number is a string has been started. No. And one more important, this is the case sensitive. Space is also one of the index number. Whenever you are counting that, space is also one of the character in the string. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is the 5th one? I. So that's why if I say specify that the 4th one, is it going to return the true or false? I specify the 4th index number. 4th index number, what is that? Space. That is a false. But 5th index number, yes, now it is started I. Yes, I am checking that with I. Now we are going to get it true. So index numbers are going to play important role, and each character, whether that is the space or whether that is a new line character, tab character, whatever it is, that is also one of the character in the string. String is sequence of the characters. Whether you have different alphabets or the numeric or special characters. Suppose if I specify that the percentage, yes, that is also one of the character. Now I would like to check in that percentage from the which position? Fifth position. Yes, if it is matched, then yes, I'm getting the true value. Are you clear about this? These functions, the string functions. Like that, we have that ends with also. Suppose this string ends with E. Has it been ended with E? Is it true or false? Yes, that is ended with E. Suppose here if I specify that particular index number, something 4. So is it the fourth index number has been ended with E? So here what it is going to do, that is fourth index number. So it is going to consider about it fourth index number from here ending the string with the E. Suppose, let me define in this way. Here how we can use it is this start index number. Yes, as we are asking that start from this position. Suppose if I specify that percentage at the index number 5. So starts with whatever I have defined, ends with also I'm going to define that. What is the value we are going to get it that? So it is starting from the fifth index number, but it is not taken at the start. It is still referring that end of this statement. It has been ended with E, right? But it is trying to start setching the string from the fifth index number. Yeah, from the fifth index number. Yes, end of the string. That is, yes, end of the string is E. Suppose you have the long length of the string, then you can limit about it. Start from the particular index number and verify that the last string is it ended with a E or not. Or it has to be ended with a sentence. Yeah, you can give that like complete string also, not only just a single character. Suppose if you remove the E, and if you just try now, then it is not ended with this sentence. It is ended with the complete E. So this is the starting index. Suppose if I specify that something 12, then I'm going to save the time, right? Execution time. So what it is going to do that, it is going to start from the 12th index number. And it is going to checking with that from that string, it has been ended with this sentence or not, this string or not. So this is the starting position and this is the ending position. But which index number? Yeah, consider from the 12th index number onwards. Are you clear about these two functions? Sorry. So what are the functions we are understanding? Is alphanumeric? Is it a digit? Converting into the uppercase or lowercase or capitalization? Where are those functions? We have removed it. Yeah, lowercase, uppercase is alphanumeric, capitalize, starts with, ends with, is a digit. Yeah, these are all some functions which are trying to understand that. But we have some formatting options on these strings. Yeah, tomorrow we'll talk about that. One more important thing, that is a format. Dynamic values, how do we pass it to the strings? One more concept we have. That's we'll try to understand tomorrow. So today, 2 points. Slicing is very, very important. So try to understand this concept. So once whenever we move into that, the more on AWS operations or infrastructure as a code, whenever we are implementing that. So if you need it, suppose you have the region code from the region, so you need to get it the particular string. How to get it the string? Substring of the string. Yeah, those cases, it is going to helpful. We'll come back to that, the where it is going to apply that. But if you know all these things, during working those things, it is very easy. But if you don't know these, the syntax formats, and most of the interview questions on these things only. Slicing characters, or they give the string. Can you get me that substring of the string? Yeah, slicing is very, very important concept. And the remaining, okay, functions or methods inbuilt, these are all. But whenever you are using that IDEs, inbuilt functions are the more helpful. Yes, you can just use it, the dot representation, and you will get it list of all the functions. Or we say that methods. Okay, this is the commented line. So if you use the dot and you see that, you will get it, the possible functions of this string. These are all the functions which belong to the string. Like there, whenever we go to that list or a tuple, then what are the functions that you can apply to that functions, you can get it on the base of the data type. But if you're going to use it, that Jupyter notebook and all the stuff, so you don't get that option. So whenever you give that dot, it is not going to show all the functions. If you know the functions, you can reuse it. That's why like these IDEs are the very, very important, which is going to helpful that more productivity to the developers. Now I don't need to remember all the functions. So whenever I need that particular function, so just what I do that, I just type the dot and I'll find it the particular function. Okay, this function is expecting, these are all the arguments. Suppose starts with. You can define that what is the string that you want to check it, that string, and what is the index number start, what is the index number end. And one more point, if you just mouse over on this, you will get it that complete documentation of this the function as well as. You see that you can specify the hyphen prefix the string starts index and end index. And you can read that the complete description of that the function also. That is the beauty of these IDEs. So which function that's what you want to know? Just mouse over on that function. So this is the function ends with, and ends with there are like arguments. You can pass it only substring. And if you have any indexes, start index and end index. And it is going to return true if the string, whatever you are going to checking with that, ends with the specified suffix. So this is the suffix. What are the suffix? If you specify that, it returns true. Otherwise, it is false. So you can identify the functions and you can reuse the functions. Are you clear today? These these aspects. These concepts. Type that CLR in the chat window if you understand on this string data types. Yeah, thank you. The way it has been explaining is too good. Yeah, thank you, thank you. But yes, it takes a time, but you need to have the patience. Yeah, you need to practice as well as, yes. Because if you are all good with these, you can learn next modules about AWS modules or data science modules, or you can extend that modules. But if you don't know these basics, but you cannot become that as a good programmer on the Python. So what exactly the interpreter is doing? So if you know that, then you can understand that whenever you see that like other modules. So just modules reusability is very, very important. Reusability. You don't need to define everything. Why the Python is very famous? So once if you know the Python, these basics, if the Python administrator, Python developer, if you are going to write that like web development, you will find it web development related packages. You will import it and you will reuse the functions. So here we are talking about the string functions. Like that, whenever you are going to work with that Django or Flask, then those modules related functions are you going to use it. Simple. Suppose if you're going to learn that like AWS related infrastructure, and if you know that these functions usage, modules usage, then that infrastructure to define already functions are available. How do we reuse those functions? You should know those things. That is applying. Or maybe tomorrow, if it is required to understand that machine learning with the Python modules, yes, we have the separate modules, import those modules and reuse the modules, which are going to helping that the machine learning related or data science related or cloud related or web development related or gaming application related. Like this, now we are understanding string data types. But later, we will understand AWS related functions or web development related functions or data science related functions. That is the basic funda. Okay, good. So that's all for today. So we will meet tomorrow and we'll go ahead understanding some more concepts on the string. And if the time permits, actually, I thought it to complete today, but the slicing was taken that more time, but required. This is very, very important. The string operations, if you are working with the data science, string operations are the very, very important. Large amount of the data, you need to read it, you need to write it, but reading and writing time, the string operations, list manipulations, that is next data types. If you are good with that, all these data types working perfectly, then you can handle that any type of module, whether that is web module, whether that is data science module, whether that is machine learning module or AWS module, doesn't matter for us. You need to keep on update about your that's modules and modules related functions. Yeah, thank you. That's all. I'm going to log off for today.